Hi there, from Kaposvár in southwestern Hungary. I discovered this place in April this year when my wife and I were traveling from Croatia to our place at Lake Balaton, and we made a stop here just to have a coffee. But we found that this is probably another one of the many hidden gems among Hungarian cities or towns. So we decided to come back here in summer, and that's what we are doing right now. What we found really impressive was the number of historical buildings from the 19th century and early 20th century. This is not a large town. It has 60,000 inhabitants. It has a university with 5,000 students, but it's not really large. But just look at all these historical buildings, and that's mainly what made us come back here. So we took a room for 2 nights in what is supposed to be the best hotel in this town. Well, it's right around this corner. Okay, here's our room. It's quite small, and the weird thing is that the upper end of the windows is about the height of my shoulders. The reason for that is that we are directly underneath the roof somehow, so that looks quite weird. It is not really modern. Let's have a look at the bathroom. Okay, yeah, it's nothing fancy, but it's all functional. It all works. Just the room is a little bit small, and it was quite, well, I wouldn't say cheap, but it was not expensive at all. We pay 64 euros per night, which is not a lot even for Hungary. Okay, that's without breakfast. We pay another, I think, 8 euros for the breakfast, and that's it. And yeah, okay, another, I think, 5 euros per day for parking. It's got air condition. So this definitely was like the Grand Hotel a while ago, but I think that currently it is not running that great because not all of the floors are really used as hotel rooms. There are a number of offices here, so I think that the second floor here is used by offices, and only in the first floor and the third floor there are really hotel rooms. And I also think that it's not fully booked out. So today morning when we had breakfast, there were only a few people in the breakfast room. But this is not really a tourist place, and it's also, I think, no longer an important business place. We already arrived yesterday afternoon, so this will not so much be an exploration, but more like a summary of that trip. Today we did quite a nice bike tour around a lake, a nearby lake, Lake de Seda. and we had lunch in a countryside restaurant, which also was quite nice. When we arrived yesterday was Sunday, we really had trouble finding a good place to have dinner, because unfortunately most of the restaurants have been closed on Sunday. And finally we found a Mexican place, really typical for Hungary. It was quite nice at first sight. The food was okay, and they had huge servings, so we both didn't manage to eat all of it. And yeah, what can I say? We didn't really feel great after that dinner. I hope it will be a little bit better today. I think, yeah, that's it. So yesterday we also went to this museum. It is named after a famous Hungarian painter of the late 19th, early 20th century. I think more or less impressionist style. His name is Ronai. So we went to this museum, but there were actually few pieces of art from this artist in it. It has a number of paintings from different artists, which I found not really that impressive. But it also has quite an interesting collection of archaeological items. So this was really surprising to me. So archaeological things from the Bronze Age, Roman Age, and so on, which have been found in this region of Hungary. But you have to know that the explanations of all the items in these museums, like in most Hungarian museums, are only in Hungarian. Arriving at the main square, or actually not a square, it's more like a circle. Here we have the town hall, the main church, which we also visited yesterday. I didn't find it that impressive, so it is, I think it's called neo-Romantic style, which is actually much newer than you might think. It's from the late 19th century, and it was quite common in Hungary during these days. There are also some is it open? Nope. Once again, a closed church. So this is neo-Romantic. There is also a lot of neo-Gothic architecture in Hungary. The main, or the most known of it, is the Parliament in Budapest. Another interesting building here. So it's a Catholic gymnasium from, not really sure from what time. But you also find a lot of, this type of crazy architecture. I have no idea what this style is called. I think it's mainly from the 1990s, and I really don't know what style that is, but it looks familiar when you walk around in Hungary a lot. Continuing to walk down the main road. So what we found a little bit disappointing yesterday is, let's say, the nightlife. When we came here, we expected that there was a lot going on because of the university, all the students. There will be lots of bars open until late at night, and yes, there are some bars, but most of them close at 10 o'clock in the evening, and some of them maybe 11 o'clock, but then it's really kind of dead. I mean, it was a Sunday, maybe it's a little bit different on Fridays and Saturdays. But that was not really what we expected. Here's another really interesting building from, I would say, the 1920s or 30s. Let's see. So it's a photographer who was born here, if I understand correctly, but I'm not really sure. And here is an apartment for sale, having a balcony. Okay. And once again, 1990s style here as well. Sometimes you get the impression that this town has seen better days. Many places are closed, like this one, at least temporarily. Or this one, which seems to be completely closed. Here we have a number of bars, but you can also see some of them are closed as well, but that's, I think, because it's Monday. Here's another interesting building, the Kaposvár Kulturális Központ. It's a cultural center, and I think I have read somewhere that it was one of the first cinemas in Hungary. And Szivárvány means rainbow, and when you look at this window here, not really the colors of a rainbow, but the interesting thing is there is a mirror inside, and there you can see the mirror image of this window where the sun is shining in from the back. So this is really looks quite amazing. More of this crazy 1990s architecture with all of these triangular windows. By the way, I think I haven't said that I don't like that style at all, but you can find it everywhere in Hungary. But as it looks, especially here in this town. Okay, another shopping center. And another quite extreme example with a barber shop. Interestingly, the official buildings are in most cases in much better conditions than private buildings. I think this wouldn't be a complete video without a bike path review. So as you can see, bike paths do exist in the city and partly in the surroundings as well, but can be a little bit confusing, I would say, especially if you're not from here. But it's possible to get around by bike without risking your life too much. Let's do another clip of the beautiful main square with the church, that fountain, some more fountains, and okay, with that it is Kossuth Lajos, one of the Hungarian freedom fighters. I mean, the current Hungarian Prime Minister also calls himself a freedom fighter, at least on his X account. But Kossuth actually tried to achieve independence of Hungary from Austria. He didn't succeed, but then later sometime it actually happened, as you all know. Okay, going back to the hotel right now, and then we're gonna have dinner. Hopefully a little bit better than yesterday. Yeah, I think we are going to this, oh no, not this one, but the next one. This is an Italian restaurant. Just look at these beautiful historical houses here. Yeah, that's it. That's where we are going to check out the pizza, probably. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to leave relatively early. One more thing we like to visit is the ruins of a monastery on a nearby hill. Here I am on the last station of our trip to Kaposvár. It's a beautifully restored Benedictine monastery that also works as some kind of a theater right now. It might be that the restoration is a little bit overdone, because everything you see here probably follows the ancient plans, but it all looks new. Nice view from here. By the way, this is located on a hill, about 4 kilometers outside of Kaposvár. Okay, this seems to be the garden. One thing is for sure, these Benedictine monks always have chosen quite nice places for their monasteries. Oh, you can go up here. That looks interesting. Okay, but you only get to where I have already been. This seems to be some original wall. And here we also got some original parts. Okay. So finally, let's wrap it up. And let's be honest about Kaposvár. It's a nice place to visit or to have a stop, but not necessarily a place where you need to spend multiple days. Except you have some special interests related to this region or this city. For the question, is it a good place to study? I don't know. I would definitely prefer places like Szeged or even Budapest if you're planning to study in Hungary. Okay, I think that's it. We are traveling back slowly to Lake Balaton, where we're gonna spend 1.5 more weeks. So hope to see you next time. Bye bye.